Flight Boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon, Flight Boss, the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now we're going to talk about Rahu and Ketu, the North and the South Node. Because, you know, there's a lot of different ways and perspectives to understand the North and the South Node. So, you know, there's could be countless videos about the North and the South Node. Now, you know, I like to understand now, understanding and overstanding the North and South Node correlates with the moon. So the moon is the center place of this. So, you know, it's based upon the moon travel. So wherever the moon was at when you was born, that's your moon sign. But where the moon was coming from, that energetic force is still there. So that's what you brought from the past. That's what your soul gonna remember. You see what I'm saying? And then the area of life where the moon is going, that's where your soul needs to go. That's your spiritual path. But as you notice, when you was born, the moon didn't get there yet. So this is up to you to know how to get there. You see what I'm saying? So if your spirit haven't been there yet, then that means what happens when you're somewhere you never been before? Or you start to do something you never done before, or you are experiencing something you have never experienced before. What is the first feeling that comes to you, right? Uncomfortability. Now it could be a good form of uncomfortability, a negative form of uncomfortability, but it's going to be uncomfortability because you're not aware of that circumstance or situation before. So, you know what I'm saying? Think about how deep that goes, right? Think about how scared people are of uncomfortability. People don't want to be in circumstances or situations that they never experienced before, unless it's a good experience. But let's think about things you have to do that you don't want to do. You see what I'm saying? And that's still an experience. Just think about people like structure, people like pattern, people like rotation, people like relative. What's relative? People like that sense of being able to say, if it happened right now, it's going to happen again. So all that correlates under the vibration of being comfortable, comfortability. You know what I'm saying? Feeling comfortable. You're only going to feel comfortable knowing when something's going to happen. You're not going to feel comfortable sitting outside and not knowing if it's going to rain or not. You see what I'm saying? And you have to live outside every day. You're going to be uncomfortable every day because every day something new is going to happen. But if some form of repetition come along, some form of pattern, some form of something you could pick up on, then that gives you a sense of comfortability, right? So right now in your head, you're thinking about it like, okay, well, comfortability is actually good and uncomfortability is kind of negative. Wrong. You see what I'm saying? Comfortability is good for the physical. Uncomfortability is good for the spiritual. You see what I'm saying? Now, uncomfortability may be bad for your physical body. You see what I'm saying? But comfortability may be bad for your spiritual body. You see what I'm saying? And your soul is this in between to experience, because your soul is genuinely you, the individual of you, which is the middle, which is your moon. You see what I'm saying? So now we need to actually correlate this to the North Node and the South Node, because for the most part, now, we're in a society right now where there's a bunch of things that's placed in front of you that makes you feel like, okay, structure and pattern and all this is actually right. You know what I'm saying? Having foundation, a roof over your head, comfortability, you know what I'm saying? A good job that you can situate yourself in, a good school, a good relationship you can situate. All things practical, taking shape and form and things of that nature, and gaining stability in your life and foundation and solid things and things that you can walk on and things you can sleep on. All these things is correlated to being comfortable, and then in society they take it to a step further. You know what I'm saying? To the point that they give you other things to make you feel comfortable with. You want a new car, a new phone, a new TV, new clothes, things of that nature. You don't just want steak, you want filet mignon. You see what I'm saying? So, for the most part, you have to look at it like the South Node and whatever intellectual beings run this reality we're up under are clinging to Saturn and clinging to the South Node for certain energetic forces to control y'all and to keep y'all here, to keep gaining source and power. You see what I'm saying? Now you go to my previous video to know about the spirit and how spirits can interrupt with the experience. But a lot of these oversouls and planets and suns and things of that nature, this is what they're doing to you as smaller life forms within these things. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand from a broad perspective. Now, as far as the north and the south node, see, there's a lot of energetic force being predicated towards you to focus on the south node. You know what I'm saying? And the south node is a form of entrapment. It's a form of keeping you here. If you put all your time and energy into the ways, shapes, and forms of the things that you are consciously aware of, utilizing this brain, then these are things that you are subconsciously attaching to. You know what I'm saying? You are subconsciously training your brain to be attached to these things in many ways, shapes, and forms. So you got to understand that. Also, when it comes to that, the north node, I mean the south node, is a lot of attributes that you brought from a previous life. So a lot of times spiritually you're here to learn something new, but if you're spiritually attaching yourself to things that you have already done, a lot of times these experiences could play out as very negative in your life and force you into negative experiences to make you either let go of these things, or if you keep holding on to these things, a worse situation to come in your life. For an example, how you pinpoint something you did in a previous life is something that you just want to do and you just can't see yourself not doing anything else. That means you have experienced that. And then, especially if you put yourself in those circumstances and situations and you experience resistance in some type of way, you see each and every person, place, or thing prospering, not even doing as much as you doing, but every time you're doing it, you find yourself not being able to prosper as much as them. That's because you already done that. And 9 times out of 10, the ability that you have to do it better than these people that's prospering came from because you already done it. You see what I'm saying? So you just picking up on it now again, but you are attached to it. So that's one of the reasons why you came back here as a physical body. You couldn't let that go. You know what I'm saying? So you're here to learn to let that go. So you're going to you might keep clinging on to it, and you're going to keep experiencing situations, and the universe and God keep bringing shapes and forms, coming into shapes and forms in your life to make you realize, look, motherfucker, let that go. And if you don't let that go, you will get let go. Your spirit will be let the fuck go from this body. For real. In the worst way. And if your spirit get detached from your body before learning that full experience, aka someone killing you or taking you before your time, then the next body you come in, you're just gonna be just as dumb as you was before. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe dumber. You may have showed God in the universe that you couldn't even handle the vessel you was in, and you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all on you. They just sitting back watching. It's not God putting you into this. It's just your stupidity. Now, for the most part, when you want to talk about the south node. Now the south node is just, these are things that you feel comfortable in. You feel comfortable with doing. You know what I'm saying? Is this society put you in so many circumstances and situations that, you know what I'm saying, you in search for comfortability. You can't even go to a location without feeling uncomfortable, without feeling like, man, where's somebody I know? Where's somebody I see? Where's somebody do I know somebody here? You know what I'm saying? Or if you don't, you rush to have a conversation, or you're just gonna feel uncomfortable when you're just to yourself, unless you're a person who know thyself and you like to be to yourself, which that'll be a good thing. But try not to dive too far into that realm of reality. You see what I'm saying? So it's like in the south node is really for you to, you're really supposed to utilize that tool only for when you are in your uncomfortable stages, in your spiritual path. You see what I'm saying? In your spiritual path. Now, your spirit, anytime you are in an uncomfortable situation, you are in the north node energetic forces of your life. And these are things that you need to learn. For an example, if you are physically in a place that you haven't been before, you're sightseeing, you're looking around, you're learning. So anytime you feel uncomfortable, even if you're in an environment that you always see, anytime you feel uncomfortable, that's your spirit getting tossed into a location that had never been before. Like if you want to know how to travel within the yin realm, you can go to matter of fact, I'm explaining it right now. The astral realm, the yin realm. Same way how you look forward, look backwards, walk forward, look to the side, look right, look left, look up and down. Same way externally, you do that. You can do that in the internal realm too. This is how you control your dreams. This is how you move around in the internal realm. So you don't be like, you be in one spot and then you just disappear in another spot, and then that leads you down a trail of not being able to control your imagination or dreams. Nah, you can control it. You can move around there, same way you move around here. And it be like that. Once you get used to it, you will start to see that world same way here. And sometimes you will be like me. You don't know if you're in the right or the left brain. You don't know which world you're in sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Now, in the yin realm, if you want to move forward or walk forward, you feel like you're moving. You got to feel like you're moving forward. Feel like you're progressing. Feel like you're going into what you need to go into, right? If you want to move backwards, you got to feel resentment. Feel like you're leaving something behind. Feel, you know what I'm saying? Look for a child, or look for a kid, or look for something that you have, or look for a possession. You know what I'm saying? Or feel like you're leaving something behind, or feel resentment, or feel like you're being left. That's how you move backwards. So if you forgot something in your dream, remember, that's how you move backwards. You see what I'm saying? Now, because you know, a lot of people, you may be in a good dream, right? And then the dream just switch, and then you be trying to move your head or do something to get back to that part, but you just can't. I'm telling you how to do it right now. You gotta feel. It's a feel. And then in the dream, you will walk, or you will go back. Sometimes you don't even walk, because that's a shapeless, formless, odorless, non-flammable astral realm. So a lot of times you will just appear, like, and then take the, like, as gas, and take the shape or form into the other realm of reality. But for the most part, that's your soul spirit body, you know. But for the most part, yeah, if you want to go back, you know what I'm saying, you gotta feel like, oh, I left something behind, or and learn how to create your own emotions and feelings. So and train your brain. Train your subconscious brain by the things you do consciously. If you don't give a fuck about fluorescent lights, turn them off. So when you sleep or die, you won't be subconsciously going into any lights. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to understand where you at from your own subjective perspective, and be able to go into the light you choose to go to, or just go where you want to go to. You see what I'm saying? It's deep. But for the most part, yeah, you got to train your subconscious mind by the things you consciously doing. But if you are a higher being, then you can automatically know how to do this. If your third eye, the chakras, and all that shit is already lit, or you're not putting filters on it by the shit other people are teaching you about it. Those are the filters about it. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll be pretty cool. But for the most part, yeah, when you getting into the motherfucking north and south node and things of that nature, it's almost like the uncomfortable realm. It's almost the realm which your spirit is supposed to experience. So it's supposed to learn these things, and that's the only time you are supposed to attach to the your south node, so you can feel comfortable in these uncomfortable situations. But you're not supposed to go to your south node and then get stuck there, and then society make you stuck there. These are the things you keep coming back to, the things you keep wanting to do over, the things you can't seem to let go. And your spiritual path is always going to be uncomfortable. Things is going to appear as things like, oh, I'm not quite sure if I should, if I can do this, or if I'm capable of doing this, or should I go here, or what the fuck is going on, and like all these uncomfortable situations. That's actually the north node. I had a point that I was on, but I started going somewhere else in my head. Hold on, I want to get back to that point. What point was I at? About the spirit. Anyways, it'll come back to me. I know once I watch this video, I'll be like, so I end up writing it down on the description or something like that. But yeah, it just goes in so many ways, shapes, and forms, and things of that nature. As far as even, yeah, controlling your dreams. That's where I was at. I wanted to stay there real quick. And then yeah, in the yin realm, if you want to move forward, you feel like you're moving forward. If you want to move backwards, you feel like you're moving backwards. If you want to move to the right, you know what I'm saying, you feel like you're doing something righteous, or you feel like you're right about something. If you want to move to the left, you feel like you're moving left field, or you feel like you're opposing something. If you want to move up, you feel like you feel optimistic, or feel happy, or feel upbeat. You know what I'm saying? That'll add the helium, hydrogen elements in your dream, or whatever like that. But for the most part, then you could count a quarter these things and stuff. If you want to travel cattle corner wise, you know, you add a little bit of righteousness, but add a little bit of happiness, right? If you want to move this diagonal to this way, you add a little opposition, but add a little happiness, or add a little opposition, a little bit of downness. If you want to move down, if you're flying, or if you want to bend down or get down, you feel down. If you want to lay down in your dreams, or, you know what I'm saying, get down, or understand, or get into a low vibration or something like that, you feel down, or you gain a super passion about something, or, you know what I'm saying, or you feel, or you just feel like defeated, or you feel down, and things of that nature. And all these feelings are not supposed to be looked at or good, or as good or bad. These are here as your attributes to actually do these things. So, you know what I'm saying, that's how you control yourself in the motherfucking yin realm. You know what I'm saying? And then once you get good at it, it'll look just like this realm. But for the most part, you know, the South Node works as an entrapment and things of that nature. Now let's look at the houses. Now the houses of the North and the South Node are going to tell you what area of life this is taking place. And then the South Node plays out as, if you don't understand the concept of when something has served its purpose, or when time is due and it's time to let go. If you don't understand that concept, then you are going to experience the worst North to South Node transition ever, because you're not going to see what you're supposed to let go. You're not going to understand when something has served its purpose. And when you don't understand that, that may play out in your life through a person, place, or thing. And it may get taken from you, or this person, place, or thing could be negative to you in your life and force you into uncomfortable situations, to the point that it forces you into your North Node. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, your North Node plays like a sign, and then the North Node house, it plays like a person that's unseen, and it's like throwing rocks at you, aka throwing situations and circumstances at you to be like, hey, pay attention, I'm here, look at me, you supposed to be doing what I'm doing over here, look at me. But you steady not paying attention. You getting hit by rocks, you like, man, what the fuck is hitting me by rocks? And you steady trying to focus on what you focus on, aka your South Node. You know what I'm saying? To when your North Node get a big ass rock and boom, hit you inside your head, aka come into a worse situation in your life to force you to understand how to let certain things go, or to get out of that circumstance, or to get away from them kind of people or things of that nature, right? Then that's when you're gonna realize, you're gonna look back, and then you're gonna see a big ass spirit like, look, motherfucker, come this way, do these things. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it will play out a lot of times. So pay attention to the house and the houses that they're in, because the North Node, the things of that house is going to be like the rocks. You know what I'm saying? So if you got the North Node in the 5th house, you're going to be getting a bunch of creative rocks thrown at you, bunch of expression rocks thrown at you, fun and enjoyment rocks thrown at you, aka a bunch of circumstances and situations that's trying to make you realize, look, dude, get into your creativity. Look, girl, express yourself. Get more into your entertaining side. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? But automatically, your South Node will be in the 11th house. So you're just going to be paying attention to your phone, aka 11th house shit, the unknown, technology, science, occult, astrology, mysticism. You're going to be, nope, not trying to let go of these things, have fun. You're going to be on your phone, on social media, on looking at these things. You may be on astrology 24/7. You may be dealing with occult and mysticism 24/7. You ain't even trying to let go and have fun and enjoy yourself and just express yourself for a little bit. A lot of these things they like taboo. You shouldn't be expressing these things anyway. These are something that you're supposed to keep to yourself already. Then dealing with the unfamiliar, which will be aunts, uncles, cousins, associates, organizations, the location of your job, and how you conduct yourself in the public arena. These things that you are clinging on to, you like, nope, I got this social, I get this money in this way, nope, this is my friend. Maybe an associate, but you think that's your real friend, but this is an associate, and may put you in a worse situation in your life you don't even know. But boom, you got everything from the 5th house throwing rocks at you like, motherfucker, and if you ain't listening, shit, something from the 5th house might just be a car and run your ass over, to the point you get your ass killed for not realizing your spiritual path, to the point that God is looking at it like, this motherfucker ain't trying to learn. It's a waste of a body. You know what I'm saying? So, and then really you told yourself that. So you end up creating a circumstance, a situation in your life where you end up killing yourself. If you died or get killed, it wasn't truly nobody else's fault. It was genuinely your fault, whether you know it or not. And you can go to my other videos and understand that. If you in jail right now and you ain't do the crime, you in jail for a reason. Don't think just because with the exact reason you in there physically is it. You see what I'm saying? This goes deeper than that. So, you know, if you in hell right now, you think you in hell, that's because you live in hell. That's all you see, that's what you want. You in heaven right now, it's because you live in heaven, that's all you want. You live in the land of nothingness right now, that's where you at, that's how you live. You see what I'm saying? But that's all how it's correlated to. Now the North Node is going to be situations here that kind of is always going to be scary. It's always going to be unknown. But that's the only time you're really supposed to run to your South Node, run to those tools, run to that house, and use those attributes in order to set up shop in the higher house, in the North Node house. You know what I'm saying? Set up shop in the North Node sign, so you can start get comfortable and start living there, and start understanding things that's supposed to be there. You know, and it's going to be new experiences, right? It's going to be new experiences. The fuck was that? New experiences, new things, new insights, new visualizations. You know what I'm saying? And all kind of shit. So, you know, yeah, there's some fucking voices going on. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Motherfucker, you ain't no voice stronger than me. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm gonna tell you, but yeah, you know, North and South Node, you know, it goes deep, you know what I'm saying? So try not to be in so much of a spiritual entrapment based upon external things out here, because once you learn when things have served their purpose and when time is due, then you will be able to take a lot of weight off your own shoulders. You won't be depressed when you ain't around other people or places and things like you used to be anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because you will understand the purpose of it, and you will understand that you had to push something out in order to receive something new. And whether that's through a person, place, or thing, hey, how hard you are attached to these things is on you. You make it hard, but it could be also easy. You know what I'm saying? So pay attention to that. Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn. Air. Hee hee.